But you see this, go away is the cosmic change. Go away is the Mother Nature change, because the yang getting on the top. So the yin start to grow. The first piece of yin is born. So reflect to the deers. The most young part of the deer is the antlers falling off. So during this period, we say that every solar term count like 15 days, right? That is the day. After that, that's 15 days. You will notice more and more significantly that the daytime is shorter and shorter. But this period before this day or around this day would be very hot and very humid, start to very humid, no matter in the south or in the north. So there's something very typical in ancient classics. There is a record saying the deer start to losing, or deer shed their antlers, or they start losing their antlers, like this one. So this side is still here, and this side is falling off. So that is how in ancient China, people believe the deer has kind of a magic capability, or that kind of a quality to reborn, because next year it's coming back again. That is not often seen like plant. Very few animals can show this kind of quality. Something falling off, they come back again, right? The tree leaves it can be seen anywhere, but not in animals. And also, the antlers of the deer can serve as a very strong medicine to help stimulating the yang qi of human. Okay. But you see this, go away is the cosmic change. Go away is the Mother Nature change, because the yang getting the hottest, yang getting on the top. So the yin start to grow. The first piece of yin is born. So reflect to the deers. The most young part of the deer is the antlers falling off. They're ready to make an effort to accumulate the energy for next year to growing back. Not next year. Then they start a little bit, right? But since it's a peak, okay. So that's one thing. At the same time, the cicadas begin to sing. Cicadas crawling out of the ground and push off the shell outside. It's kind of a newborn, reborn also. They struggle to get rid of the shell, their clothing, dead clothes, let's just say that, and have new life before they stay on the ground for years, months, years. Some, according to scientific research, some of them can stay on the ground for like decades, 20 years, 20-some years. Then they get a chance when the environment, when the temperature, when the humidity is good enough for them, they got a chance to crawling out of the mud, out of the ground, and reborn. So they start to sing. You see the changing. Okay, that's cicadas. And there's another small thing I want to introduce to you is the Chinese herb named Bàn Xià or Pinellia. Over here should be pronounced as Pinellia. In Chinese, called Bàn Xià, because on this day, on this summer solstice, it's just halfway to its maturity. It's a very strong Chinese herb, very common to be seen when you see a Chinese doctor. And this plant is named after the season because they're the pattern of the growth just go with the pace of Mother Nature, of the season. It's called Bàn Xià. Okay?